tuned into Spiritual Gangsta Certified with Illy Vish.
Hey, this is Illy Vish from Spiritual Gangsta Certified, and if you haven't heard about Anchor and the fact that it's the easiest way to record a podcast, let me put you on. First of all, it's free, and we know we can't get any better than free. And it has creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or from your computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so you don't have to do any extra footwork. They'll send it over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more podcast platforms. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, so tell me where you're going to find that. Can't find it anywhere else. So it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. You want to make sure that if you want to start a podcast, that you go get the free Anchor app at anchor.fm to get started. Hey y'all, it's season 4 of Spiritual Gangsta Certified Podcast. I'm your host Janae, aka Illy Vish. I got Erica with me again because why not? Because we vibe. And there's a lot going on. It's been a long time since we have talked to you guys. This is a chat and chill session. We're just gonna talk some astrology, same stuff as always.
Because it's been a minute.
Definitely been a minute. But first, I gotta shout out the earrings because homegirl made them.
Yes, I did, and they're available on my shop, my Etsy shop, the Golden Mystic Co.
Link will be in the description. Yes.
Check that out.
I feel so bad too, Erica, because I just realized I did not properly welcome Cancer season. Like, I usually put a post up, every time a season starts. Say happy solar return to all, the solar sign, whatever season we're going into. And for some reason this year I didn't do that. I'm going to have to jump on that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Check on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Except for Cancer men. I'm just kidding. Kind of.
Oh, no, she not. No, she not. You know what? Cancer, I have a love-hate relationship with Cancer men because they are everything that I like, because I have Cancer on my descendant and I also have Juno in Cancer. I like nurturing types of partners. However, my Mars is also there.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, man, I can't do the manipulation. I can't do the passive aggression. Like, somebody has to be mature. Somebody has to, and when it's me, it comes off overly aggressive because my Venus and Aries just be saying shit, right? Like,
and then there's that square to the Cancer energy.
Yeah, so it's like we're not gonna get nothing accomplished. We're not gonna get anything accomplished. So I'm just go away, Cancer.
Yeah,
I think I was talking to a guy. I think he had his sun in Cancer and his Mars in Cancer.
Ooh.
And I was talking to this guy, and I don't even remember what we were talking. You know what? I think we were talking about, exclusivity or some shit like that. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not talking to other people, because I am. Like, I just started talking to this guy, and he was like, well, he's one of them niggas that be like, well, I don't want you to waste my time because I'm sitting here trying to get to know you. I'm like, I never said you. Go do you. Like, what why are you trying to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I be exclusive to you when we just met? Like,
sir, you're single. So am I. So
we're dating. Like, I wouldn't even call this dating. Like, I'm just trying to get to know you. And then I was like, are you okay with that? And he was like, yeah, yeah. And then the conversation went on for about like 20 minutes. And then he brings it up again. I'm like, oh my God. So you did have a problem with it. And then he kind of circled around it. He never like directly addressed any of the questions that I asked him. But like I said, he would act like he was okay with shit and then come back years later, cancer.
Yeah, that nostalgia, and then him not directly coming back around to it, and then the passive aggressiveness. So
cancer,
yeah, I
bring up some shit from 1999. Like, bro, where were you when this happened? I no longer want to even talk. I don't even remember this, Cancer, but they remember it. They remember it in extreme detail. They're like,
yes.
They don't forget anything.
The funny part about that is don't tell people with cancer heavy energy what you remember if it ain't like
say what?
Pleasant. Don't tell them what you remember if it ain't pleasant.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Then the emotions come out. Oh, there it goes. I was about to say the sound went. Can you hear me?
Sorry, people keep trying to call me.
Stop trying to call her. I got her right now.
I'm like, just text me.
But yeah, that he definitely displayed. And to everybody, again, like I always say, don't get upset when we're talking about a sign and it's your sun sign, because all of us have Cancer energy and all the rest of the energies somewhere in our chart. So like she just recognized where the Cancer energy is impacting her personal energy. Right.
And I'm very
in my 10th house.
Like, so the shit that I'm talking applies to me as well.
I feel you. I also, I believe, have Juno in Cancer. So that's interesting. Like,
say what now?
I have Juno in Cancer as well. And it's in my 10th. It's in my 10th house. So it's interesting.
That's interesting. Okay.
I remember a long time ago when I was trying to understand my midheaven and my 10th house, and with the Cancer energy being there, I was kind of like, I was trying to see how like this was fitting, and then it hit me. I was thinking in terms of like the stuff I didn't like about Cancer energy, as opposed to it being looking at it objectively. You know what I mean? I like to nurture people, and in all my work situations, no matter what profession it has been in or what like area, if I don't get a chance to help take care of stuff, plus with all my Virgo energy, I really want to help and be a service, then I'm like, oh, this makes sense. So like, and that's what I usually become known for, like, you know, where I go. So I was like, okay, all right, I'll see. At the same time too, like Cancer season has started off very interestingly because of everything else that is going on right now. Like, it's not a cakewalk. It has not been a cakewalk. With us coming out of Mercury being, you know, retrograde, which that's the only retrograde everybody was talking about, which I get it, like, you know.
Oh my God. Guys. What planets just went into, well, I think Saturn went into retrograde before Mercury did. Nobody was really talking about that. I mean, Neptune, did it already go retrograde, or is it getting about,
it definitely was already retrograde too. And Pluto was first, I think.
Yeah.
And it's weird because nobody thinks about it this way. Mercury moves fast. So that's why its retrograde period is not going to be as long. But Pluto's, Neptune's, the outer planets especially, it's going to be a longer, so it's going to affect you for a longer amount of time, but nobody talks about it. It's almost like it doesn't exist. I'm like, I need y'all to understand that all the planets. And for the sake of clarity here, y'all, I was saying before that we talk about the sun and the moon being planets, but retrograde does not apply to them. They do not go retrograde. But yeah, nobody is talking about that and what it means and how it's gonna come out. And also, quick question for you, because last year and the year before, every Mercury retrograde was in water signs.
Right.
And this year, all air. Next year too, I believe. Yes.
Yep.
Did you feel the difference? Because I did. I mean, first of all, I got, Mercury retrograde in Pisces. I was like, okay, y'all, welcome to my world. It wasn't as insane, but
yeah,
the Gemini.
I don't think I was as affected when they were in the water signs. I wish I had kind of been charting the Mercury retrogrades, but I was kind of like, everybody's world was falling apart, and I'm just like, because my natal Mercury is already retrograde, I kind of figure I already, like you said, we already do this. He does this. Like, it's nothing new to me. It's when the planet goes back direct when I start having problems. That's just
Definitely
what it is.
Feel that.
Retrograde kind of gives me a, kind of like a bump on the head, like, hey, bitch, look over here. You remember this? Yeah, take care of that. Like, that's what retrograde periods are for me. It's like, hey, before shit gets real, I'm just telling you. But again, that's for me personally. Like,
yeah.
I think the few things that I did hear about Saturn retrograde again were, it was like fear mongering. Like, for me personally, I was waiting on Saturn to go retrograde because he was riding my ass. And it's my Saturn return. I need him to back for a little minute so I can get my stuff together. But for somebody else, maybe Saturn is keeping a bad habit in check. And now that Saturn is retrograde, they might not have as much discipline. It depends on your chart. But for me, Saturn retrograde is a blessing. And then it's my chart ruler as well. So I don't feel as restricted as I normally do because my chart ruler isn't functioning as he normally would.
Yep, it's interesting that you said that. This is the importance of understanding the effect of the planets on your individual chart. And we just talking birth charts for now, but y'all got solar return charts, progress charts. We ain't gonna go there right now. But like for me, I have every planet retrograde but Venus and Neptune. So yeah. So oh my gosh, when these planets go retrograde that I have retrograde, I'm like, whereas when they're in direct motion, for me, then I feel out of sorts. And my Saturn is in the 12th house. So this is usually something I'm not always conscious of. I actually have to connect with this on a deeper level to be able to actually be like, wait, what's going on? Yeah. And mine opposes my sun.
Right.
So
it's hard.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So it's like, oh shit, there's a lot of fucking unconscious habits and behaviors that affect how I just go out into the world and shine. Like, so like if I think that it's interesting that now I decide to jump back into season 4 under the energy of it being, retrograde. And I don't know, I kind of like it. Pluto retrograde though, ma'am.
How's that been for you?
People been spilling their secrets, like, without realizing it. Like, I use the example that it'd be like, okay, I got a cup, right? Slowly drop water into this cup. It's no big deal at first because we slowly dropping water in. Just slowly. By the time you get to that point where you put just one drop in it and it starts to overflow, I feel like that's the energy that happens with retrograde planets to some extent, because shit has to be pushed all the way in until it's forced out. So like I've been peeping game more. Definitely been peeping game more, and people are telling on themselves without realizing that they're telling on themselves. It's like things that you would normally keep to yourself that you probably don't even look at or understand, kind of come out. And I got Pluto retrograde too. So I'm like, Yeah, y'all. Okay. I see you. I see you.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like a constant internal test, if you will, with retrograde planets. And it's like to see if you've been paying attention, especially when you have malefic planets involved.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pay attention to that, especially whatever house that it's affecting.
It's in my
Like for
fourth.
me, huh?
It's in my fourth. And
Which
we've been
one?
talking, so Pluto is retrograding in my fourth house. I can't wait for it to
Oh yeah.
leave.
Oh
It's
wow.
not going to leave for a while because I still have some
That makes
Aquarius in the
sense.
fourth
That
house.
your
But
whole situation makes sense now. I didn't even think about that.
yup, I'm like, oh, okay, there we go. But y'all, that's what you got to look out for. Where are these planets transiting your chart? Are they making aspects to other placements in your chart? Do you understand, like the tools that you can use to look at this, or do you understand the meanings of these different planets? And then when they're entering different signs, what does that mean? We want y'all to be able to use astrology practically.
Right. Exactly. So Pluto is going through my first house. You've been real comfortable.
Mm,
Oh my God. Everything just makes sense when I look at astrology, because when Pluto was going through my 12th, I was going through like some severe depression, like you would not believe. And then I think Saturn was like on its ass at that point. So that was
got
really
you.
tough. I'm not gonna even sit here and lie to you. Now I was going through my first house and they've been playing tango like this going through, but with Pluto being there, I can say that it's definitely it's squaring my Venus right now, I believe.
Mm,
So yeah, it's just changing the way that I view myself. It is. Around this time is when I started working out again. Started changing the way that I want to look, and just health in general. Let me see what else. With Saturn being there, yeah, the discipline is needed. Even in my progress chart, I believe I have Pluto in my ninth house and it's square in my ascendant. So yeah, again, just changing the way that I think about things, changing
yep.
the way that I view things, in
Learning
a
new
drastic
ways to
way.
make those changes too. Yeah.
Yep, like
Yeah.
completely, like just throwing out that old shit. That shit not working. Dead that shit immediately.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and it comes through that discipline from Saturn. So that's what's going on over here. And then even with my chart is interesting because with retrogrades, I told you they don't affect me as much, except they do. So my natal Mercury, like I said, is already retrograde, and I have Mercury fucking with all of my work and money houses. I have Mercury in the second. I have Gemini at my sixth house cusp, and I have Virgo in my eighth. Like it's just
mm,
Mercury. So yeah, it's like I don't get job opportunities unless Mercury is retrograde.
that
I
is
have noticed that.
crazy.
I literally I'm working through a temp service right now because I'm juggling between my business and just floating through corporate because we already know I have Pluto in the 10th. Corporate is not for me.
Mm-mm.
But I kind of use my job as like supplemental income, if that makes sense. It's kind of
Yeah.
backwards.
No, I
Yeah,
know. I know exactly what you mean.
I was not having any luck finding any work when why do I keep wanting to say Gemini? When Mercury was stationed direct. Now
Mm.
I literally applied for a job Friday and they asked me if I could start Monday. Like it was that quick. I'm like, I think this is the universe's way of telling me to stay my ass up out of corporate because whenever I get a job when it's Mercury retrograde, that shit, it never lasts long. It never lasts long. There's always something wrong. There's always something that wasn't really discussed that starts happening. You know, like there's things that are included that were not talked about, like we didn't agree on this, you didn't explain this clearly, or you just flat out lied. Like that's the type of energy that I've been getting, or at least that I've noticed when accepting positions or, you know, like offers during retrograde. And I'm kind of religious with that shit now. Like I really try to stay away from starting anything new, signing anything, but it kind of just follows me a little bit. Like I told you, my car situation and how that worked out. That was the very start of the retrograde period, like in Gemini of all signs.
Coming through, showing you every time. People be thinking we just be. We're not talking fanciful, nonsensical shit.
I'm not trying to fearmonger then, but like I just said, I've learned my lesson with these retrograde periods, man. Like I do not. It is a good time to study, or like you said, conceptualize, come up with new ideas. You can sit there and do all that for 4 to 6 weeks, and then once that period is over, launch it. Because at that point, you should have gotten the information that you needed to understand it better. Because again, because it's the introverted or introspective energy, you're able to look at it on a deeper level.
That happens with me a lot during these periods. Things will come up that I had already been like, oh, I need to look into that. Or I had already started working on that, stop. And then, you know, the Mercury retrograde period will give me the opportunity to be like, oh, I need to go back to that. Instead of me picking something new.
And it just makes more sense. Or so, at least for me anyway. I know it depends on the individual, but retrograde periods don't fuck with me like other people. I do have people come back from the past, but it's never like anything super dramatic or, well, actually, I was gonna say, there was a period, I think, when Venus went retrograde, and it was in Scorpio. Don't do that. Do not fuck around. If you're not in a relationship already, do not fuck around. Venus retrograde, do not fuck around. If it goes retrograde in your 5th house or your 8th house, if it's conjunct Pluto, opposite Pluto, do not do that shit. Don't do that shit. Listen to me.
She said, I'm warning you.
I've done it twice already. Just to see, because I'm experimental, and I'm like, you know, I don't want astrology to rule my life like that. And then I just be sitting back like, okay, I'm listening now. Because what had happened for me is usually it's somebody that I'm dating around that period, and that shit goes left. And when it happened in Scorpio, I literally earned myself a stalker, like legit, still coming around to this day. Don't know how he found my page, my Instagram business page.
Ma'am, what?
Venus retrograde Scorpio. I'm telling you guys. And then I think the last one, did Venus go retrograde last year? I'm trying to remember the transit that happened.
My lady brain is like, oh, I gotta look.
Yeah, I gotta look too. Hold on. It was a transit that was going on around this time last year. Whatever it was in Gemini. I know we had Mercury retrograde. Was it Venus?
I'm pulling a chart and going back by a year.
Yeah, that shit happened in my 5th house, and I had something similar happen because this nigga had Mercury in Scorpio at like the 29th degree. And then he was also a Scorpio rising.
Venus was in Gemini this time last year. It wasn't retrograde. Let's see what was. Mercury was retrograde in Cancer at this time last year.
Okay, which is, like I said, I'm my descendant, and partially in my seventh house when you're
And oh
looking at
my God, Pluto was retrograde, Jupiter was retrograde, Saturn was retrograde, Neptune was retrograde. All that was going on at the same time last year. This exact day a year ago.
Yeah, that was the dude that I don't know if you remember me posting that screenshot of him saying that he wasn't gonna leave. He was literally texting me from different numbers. I would block a number, he would call me from another one.
Yeah, I
And I was like,
remember.
"Can you please leave me alone?" And he was like, "No, answer your phone." I'm like,
Sir.
"Sir." He's even gone as far as to like drive by my house because we live super close. Like I've learned my lesson with dating men that live within like a certain radius of me. That's just a no. Never doing that again. But yeah, that type of shit happens during retrograde periods when they affect your fifth and eighth house. And I will even say your seventh. Don't do that.
Listen, this is displaying it in a real life way. And also, for people that don't seem to understand this for some reason, literally the word astrology has the word log in it. You are paying attention to cycles. You are logging the importance of different things. We don't just make shit up. You actually can go back and look at shit and then be like, and then come forward or go into the future. I feel like a time traveler sometimes. Just, I don't think people
like
get that.
That's probably planets crossing over certain points in your chart again. Retrograde period. It's like, damn, like, yeah, something about this is familiar.
Or Cancer. Even maybe somebody else's retrograde planets that you're encountering passing over certain parts in your chart. Like, there's so much.
Yep.
People just don't know. I've been trying to tell them.
Yeah, so
try to tell them.
And like I said, I don't be looking at this transits all the time because I kind of like to, just move around freely. And sometimes when you look at your own chart too long, it's like you start focusing or narrowing in on certain things like, oh my God, I wonder how this would turn out. And it could be like something dealing with a malefic like Pluto retrograde, and it's squaring something like my Venus, again, my shit. You have to pay attention to stuff like that so you can be prepared for it.
That is true. I like that you brought that up because I just said to someone the other day, like, if I obsess over transits, I don't live my life. I'm too busy trying to calculate what ifs. How should I play this? The general awareness of certain time frames, I think, is fine. But if I looked at it every day, and half the time when I do choose on a day to look at it, I don't start my day looking at the transits because I feel like I am implanting in my head a certain narrative that will for sure play out, like, because I implanted that narrative there. Like, my first instinct to look at something hitting my chart, if I'm not in a necessarily a good mood and I'm like, I see something bad, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
I would feel like that.
You don't know that. It might not be, but you can be prepared for it. You can be prepared for it. Like, okay, like, I'm looking outside, it might not rain, but it's saying it might rain, so I'm gonna bring an umbrella just in case. That's what it's
ma'am. Yes,
so,
ma'am.
It is psychology, but it's also your medical history. It's your ancestral history. It's your trauma. It's the way that you think, your mental process, your emotional well-being. It's everything. It's where you live. Fuck, like, it's the way you have sex. It's literally everything.
Yes, every single aspect of your life. So if you just narrow in on this one thing, then. And another thing I'm trying to tell people, it's confusing, especially to people learning. And we had talked before about our journey with understanding different things that are astrological and how we can actually use this science to fight me if you don't think it's a science. You know, how we can use this science to better understand things, but some things can seem overwhelming to people. There's a huge uptick in people being interested in astrology anyway, you know what I mean? And
Right.
when you
Yeah.
realize how layered it is and stuff, some people just get, it's like paralyzed by the thought of all the things that you should have to learn. So, one of the things I was going to tell people, at least start before you get into looking at Pluto or where Mercury is transiting. If you don't feel comfortable like taking on so much, let's look at sun transits and the moon. The moon's going to move faster, but
Always. Yep.
and I think that's a good thing because that talks more about immediate impact than like a Pluto transit where it's like
It's gonna be there for them. It's
this
gonna
shit been
simmer
in my fourth house for what, since 2009.
years.
I would like it to leave. I keep moving, like, but there has been healing in my actual family, especially among the women, which that part's been good.
Yeah, we
But
talked about that too.
so it's
Breaking
like, yes,
real
breaking
fast.
generational curses. Yes, doing that work. So I can look at that as a long-term thing. Whereas if we look at Cancer season and the sun, that's going to be what, 30 days that you got essentially. You
One
have,
second.
mm-hmm,
Sorry.
I'm going to pause that. So we back. I was saying people should concentrate more on maybe where the sun is transiting and the moon. Like, focus on that shit first. So, like, with that being said, even no matter where Cancer is transiting somebody's chart right now, I think it's important that people understand certain Cancer themes. So, when you think of Cancer, what do you think of?
Family. Family, the house, literally the house that I live in. Lineage, like my mom. Um, for me, my relationships is always a theme for me. Again, with my Cancer descendant, Mars and Cancer.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah, for me, having a family is extremely important. Or just having that family dynamic. Um, because with me, um, sometimes people don't always have the luxury of keeping their blood family around. Sometimes you have to protect your peace, but the good thing about Cancer is you can build your family. You
yeah.
can choose your family members.
It's like I also too think of this is a good time because I think fourth house stuff. So private lives, like nobody
Yes.
really, yeah, nobody really thinks about or I don't hear a lot of people talk about it this way. But when you think of like all the opposites, like the fourth house and the 10th house, they're also interconnected in a way that it can make sense to people if they think about it. So your career impacts your private life because that's what helps you to be able to afford the things that you have in your immediate environment, in your home, etc. And then and vice versa. For a lot of people, if shit isn't going right at home, you try to go to work.
You're gonna have a bad day.
They are
Funny.
interconnected for sure.
Most definitely.
Hold on one second. See, I'll be recording and people still be talking. Sure. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
like my daughter just walked by and she gave me that look, and I just
it
gave her
wasn't
that
the
look.
Aquarius energy there because that one got.
Yeah, like I'm like, come on now, like we just talked
Come
about
on,
this.
interruption. But it
That's
does make a lot of sense when, like,
children are return right now. That's what that is.
come on. Oh, must see now I gotta change the. Let's see. How you still gonna keep talking when I be like, nah? But I think it's hilarious when
Huh?
you like we say family, right? And a lot of people like too. Cancer makes me think of mother, like, and the women in your family, but like your family in general. A lot of people's families these days are their extended family or the people that have come to be their family instead of like their ancestral family. That's not to say like that doesn't count too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know how we were talking about clinginess earlier with Cancer energy? I feel like a lot of themes of that come up with like the people of your extended family too during this season. I have noticed that in a lot of conversations with people just about, you know, feeling smothered.
Yeah. Yeah, that helicopter mom shit. Or just, like just the need for constant attention, and it's due to like them worrying, like them thinking something is wrong, something is out of place, like Cancer. It's okay, you can calm down with your Virgo in the third head ass. I'm just playing, but
No, but you overthinking. Like that's
yeah,
that overthinking energy.
man, like Cancer. And I think, like as intuitive as Cancer is, I find a lot of them, myself included, because I have this energy, like they be ignoring their intuition, and they tend to have like a lot of I ain't gonna say frenemies, but like yes men.
Hmm.
Because Cancer is so damn sensitive that anyone who doesn't agree with them or anyone who hurts their feelings is automatically an enemy. So they tend to have people surround them that don't really rock the boat like that, or won't really you know, tell them about themselves. But then it kind of ends up backfiring because those friends were never real with you, and now that it grows into a bigger problem usually.
Yeah, it's exposed now.
Yeah. So Cancerian people. I love the ones when the evolved ones, and like the ones who have like maybe Mercury and Gemini, the ones who can practically look at things and separate their feelings from um their thoughts.
Yes, because I notice sometimes heavy Cancerian energy on the flip side of maybe ignoring intuition will think everything is intuitive that occurs to them. Um, it's important for people to learn how to separate the two because sometimes, like, if let's say, okay, you've had a bad experience with a person, or you've had a bad experience with a, a certain behavior in a certain person, then you're going to assume, or you get that little feeling, oh, I recognize this. Okay, that's intuition, I can see that. But that doesn't mean that that same thing is going to come from that person. A lot of the Cancer themes that get shined a light on, or because I always say the sun is highlighting the themes of the sign that it's in. um and people, it's funny. It's like, why do we not recognize these cycles? Because it's not just impacting us. We have to think about how it's impacting other people. So then you're seeing the Cancer in them be lit up.
Our even our country itself is a Cancer, and it makes so much sense. Be
You
sensitive
do.
about every goddamn thing. So goddamn sensitive about every fucking thing. We
Amen.
love our traditions. You know what I mean? Our holidays. Barbecues, get-togethers, our families.
Home
Um,
itself, too, Americans get very. Do you know in other countries? I was reading an article about the fact that it is not common or normal for other countries to fly their country's flag right outside their house. Like other countries don't really do that. It'll be on like government buildings or official buildings, but like, I could walk around my neighborhood right now and I guarantee you there's nothing but like flags. Like we really take home, or like seriously, to the point where there's this skit by like Patrice O'Neill, rest his soul, because he was a funny comedian. He's like, Americans are the worst. He said, we will literally go to another country and call those people foreigners. Like you're in their country.
oh my god.
We think we are the best at everything our way. Like people will get mad if something's not made in America, though I kind of understand it. But like because America first, let's have jobs, like, but it makes sense that there is that Cancerian energy. I mean, come on, y'all, when it's the birthday of the country, Cancer
That
season.
Cancerian pride, me and mine, my gang, and even like the shit. Like a lot of the tension surrounding this country is dealing with people's, nationalities and, like this is mine, this is my land, these are my people, it's always been that type of struggle.
That's Aries in the 10th, yo, and waging war with every fucking body. We went on for that. There's an American base everywhere. I ain't complaining about necessarily being American. I mean, this is just where I happen to come out of my mother. That's how I look. That's why I think it's so funny. Like, I can appreciate what we may have that other places may not, but at the same time, I'm like, this is only happening because I happen to come out of my mother on territory that belongs to this country. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
And
And then, oh my God.
move, Corona kind of fucked that up for me. When I was planning on doing that, but there are problems everywhere. Anywhere you go, you're gonna run into problems. This is just the type of problems we have over here.
Yeah.
A lot of our stuff is covert. It's very behind the scenes. It's not as in your face.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say that we're oppressed like like people in the Palestines or anything like that, but how do I want to say it? Like there's just America knows how to put up a good front, and that's the easiest way that I can put it. A lot of this stuff doesn't hit. A lot of this, our problems don't even hit national news, and if they do, the story is so skewed from the truth. People
You don't
don't
know
ever
what
get
to
what's
think.
what's
Yeah.
really going on.
And then you notice we bullies in our relationships with other people, which is Capricorn in the 7th. We got to be in control.
Yeah, just controlling, like, oh,
It's crazy. Like, see, again, using it practically. I don't even think a lot of people even consider the fact that a country can have a birth date. Anything can have one. So, like, I should have pulled up all the different things that came up or were created maybe during Cancer season.
man, that's
That's
we go. Like, just compile all of the things that were.
I could still probably look that up, but like, and post that as part of, like, at the end of the segment at another time. But I do think it's very interesting how, like, America's very Cancerian and is going through a Pluto return. So, which people don't live long enough to have, but
Well, yeah, you're right about that.
so it's interesting to look at countries and to be able to see what a Pluto return really looks like. And I remember with the election last year.
It's bound to, like, it's unavoidable at this point. Like it's already crumbled. Now it's
Yes,
like you're trying to scramble and
my cat is
scramble
still
quickly to
talking his
scramble
face
again.
off.
But the shit is clearly broken, and they're trying. It seems like they're trying to just keep things together to keep people calm.
Hmm.
No, but it's some more shit coming.
I don't feel like we really like. We don't really like truth as a whole. As an, like, we like comfort.
We don't handle it well. We don't.
No, and it makes
I
sense.
know.
Like, I know you're one of the people who, like me, it's like I'm not afraid to criticize any part of government, like, any side, like, just to be able to look at things in a way where you're like, I'm gonna tell somebody when something don't make sense.
Look at it objectively, because if you just fangirling just because these people are pandering to you, telling you what you want to hear, but you're not getting any results from this person, something is wrong, especially if it keeps happening.
Yes.
Like I be getting in arguments with my grandma. She's like an ex-veteran, and then she's like what 73 or 74. She's part of that
Mhm.
era. So yeah, she's like, you don't know what you're talking about, and I'm like, I'm telling you, because she's pro Democrat, and she's like, those Republicans, they don't care about anybody. I'm like, the Democrats don't
Just
really
don't
care
care.
either. And she's like, she loves to bring up Bernie Sanders. She also likes to bring up Obama, and I'm just like,
Like,
okay.
grandma, I'ma hurt your feelings if we really get into this deep
Like the
discussion.
conversation was about to get disrespectful because she started getting disrespectful. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna not talk about this. Um,
Mm,
because I was bringing up some valid points, but a lot of older boomers, they like to come from a position of, well, this is how we used to do it. This is how we've always done it, but they're not being realistic because a lot of things are different now.
yes.
The people
Tradition is okay, but
Yeah, like I understand preserving tradition, which is, like I have Uranus in Capricorn. So it's like
mm,
while I do understand preserving and respecting tradition, you got to switch gears. You got to keep up.
if we don't, we stuck. Like that's interesting too, because that
I'm in my first house too. So it's like I'm used to, taking things that are, I guess, serve as tradition but don't work anymore and changing it, and that always rocks people. Always. Like it never
it's shaking the foundation of their very understanding of how things work.
change. People don't like the truth and people don't like change. Those two things, good fucking luck.
And
Like
I tell people all the time, like, if change doesn't, like, oh my God, this is such a Uranus and Taurus thing too, because people's values are being challenged, and their values a lot of times are based on tradition and are based on, just what they were told or taught. Like, I tell my own mother, who I grew up hearing my whole life saying, learning is a continual process. You have to be okay. And she was a teacher. So, I mean, I got it. But now, lady,
teachable moments. So Capricorn.
there be so many of them, and she just is rigid, like no. And I'm like, but you're the one who tried to tell me and who taught me my whole life. Change is continual. Learning is continual. It's like you can't get to a point where you think you know everything and you don't need to know anything else. And our value systems get challenged for a reason. It's not necessarily to, I think people, they get fearful that if something familiar is going to change into the unfamiliar, that means that, oh my God, this is the end of the world. It may be the end of the world as you know it, but
There it is.
not the end of the world.
And it's just like, oh my God, I'm so inconvenienced and now I have to change everything. Like I get it. Cause like I said, Pluto's in my first house dancing. Like my everything that I thought was
That you knew about yourself,
it's
Lord.
just like all of it's coming down. Like, nope, new rules. Bitch, throw all that shit out.
Oh, baby, I feel you because I got natal Pluto in the first house, retrograde. I feel like I am my whole life is, oh, okay, no, no, that is not it. Here we go. Oh, you ready to transform again, bitch? All right, here we go. So, no, I feel you. But embracing that is so beautiful because
It is.
the secret to
You
things is,
discover literally a brand new you. Like that old you
yes,
no more. So like whoever knew you back then, they gonna come back now and they gonna be like, damn, you switched up.
you listen. And we was having a conversation the other day. So for like just to kind of give a little bit of background, talking about, she had said something to me yesterday and it stuck with me and I haven't been able to like get it off my mind. It was about like Captain Save-A-Ho energy. And you just made me realize something and have a moment of clarity. So along like with the transforming, thinking about my own chart. See, you always can learn something new about your own chart. I'm up here just discovering something just from a different perspective based on something you said. If I'm continuously dying and rebirthing myself, then there were times where I needed help. So there was a Captain Save a Ho for me, so to speak. Not calling myself a hoe, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
once I did not need the help, those individuals, they didn't know me no more because I grew and changed from that. And it was like, well, you don't fit the bill. What I think is very important for people to understand, especially, well, first of all, Pluto and Capricorn was challenging structures. Government is ruled, by Capricorn energy. But from a personal standpoint, how do you govern yourself? What are your rules? Your boundaries that you put up, those change for people, and they're going to continue to change. Uranus and Taurus is going to have you looking at shit that you just thought that was the way it was supposed to go, be it because your mama told you so, or this is just something that you develop and it's being challenged, and people don't like that shit at all.
No, they don't. And it's like with Aquarius energy or Uranus energy, it's gonna bring some new shit. And a lot of people don't be ready for it when it comes. Like it's some shit that comes and then you don't understand what was really happening until like maybe 10 years later and you're like, yeah, we wasn't ready. This was
Not at all.
yeah. It takes a minute and then it shakes you like, yeah, bitch, like I'm here, I'm finna knock all this shit over because why not? First
It's
of
like an
all.
earthquake, literally.
Yep.
I think people need to embrace the fact that, how some people will be like, I'll be happy when, like when I get this, when I have that, when this happens, when that happens. It took me a long time to realize that that's what the wheel people are on, of chasing something that it don't really work like that.
Yeah.
It's up to you to find your happiness at each moment, but because your values are going to be challenged and your beliefs will change and different things are going to come to the fore, that you're going to be like, oh my God, yeah, we can't keep doing this the same way. On a personal level, when you do that, you evolve, you grow. It is what it is. I don't understand why people don't get it, but I do, especially in our country where we think.
Wonder how I just made it? Okay.
No, it's her baby is talking to her. We love the babies.
Yeah, she's asking for more food, more snacks. Like this?
So yeah, she put me onto this bitchin' sauce. I'm gonna have to put that in my court. You
Yeah.
see it, guys? Original bitchin' sauce.
And it's like it kind of it's a plant-based sauce. I'll say that. I almost said nut
There you
sauce.
go, vegan people or vegetarian people. Sorry.
Huh? Yeah, girl. Well, no, I got this last time.
And she got the good crackers with it. So
Yeah.
my little Venus and Taurus ass is excited.
And it is so good. I got Pisces in a second, so I just be.
So let me get this.
How many you want? Okay.
She said give her 3 crackers. I'm sitting here like I wish I was there to get a cracker.
Man, it is good. They got it seasoned good, but yeah, it's like a plant-based type of dip sauce type of deal, and it kind of resembles hummus a little bit. So if you like hummus, you're probably gonna like this. Hummus is spicy. Yeah. No, it's not.
You can get spicy hummus, but all of it
Yeah,
isn't.
you can, but the hummus that we have is not spicy.
One day I will make my own when I'm not lazy.
And
But I think I'm gonna be lazy.
The fourth house stellium. So
Yeah.
when I attached, like how she done came in here like 6 times since we started recording again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like
You want to be close to mom.
Even my Sagittarius friend who was here over Father's Day weekend, he came over and he was like, "Damn, like I see what you're talking about." Like, because we always talk like on video chat, and he sees, like, and I always tell him like, yeah, she literally asks me for a hug like every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She does that in real life. I'm not exaggerating.
You see how it's going down. See, there are no coincidences with this astrology stuff.
And now that the sun is in Cancer, it's like magnified now.
Yeah. So that's lighting up 4th house issues. That's the other thing we should tell people. Like, yeah, you can look for where Cancer is in your chart, but because Cancer rules the 4th house, you want to Kind of see what's going on there too. I feel like then this would make sense why there's more barbecues and stuff in July 4th too, because food and feeding people has so much to do with Cancer energy and nurturing and making people feel comfortable.
Taken care of.
Yes, it's like hospitable energy.
Cancers are the best hostesses. Period.
Yes, ma'am.
Period. Like
Period.
they go over to a Cancer's house. She gonna feed you. You gonna get your favorite drink. She gonna put you in her favorite, like her most comfiest chair.
Yes, ma'am.
She gonna have the music going. She gonna be cooking she gonna it's most likely gonna be smelling good. The kids gonna be bad as hell. They're gonna be running around doing whatever. Don't just let it ride. But yeah,
Yes.
Cancer got you. Cancer is great. They always make sure that you're good, and if you're not, they gonna figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, which is a blessing because this is the Cancer energy. And y'all make sure you check out the event that we're gonna have. That basically is it's called Moon Magic, but it's named that in honor of Cancer's ruling planet, the Moon, so that during Cancer season we could talk about Cancerian, specifically feminine energy. The fact that like most astrologers will ascribe feminine energy to Cancer and the moon, like even the way that we can describe Cancer itself by putting Cancer on the ascendant and then going around the zodiac. I mean, going about around the wheel with all the different signs to explain it. Like, with Leo in the second house, women love looking good and being seen. We value that.
Yes. Cancer. Libra in
And
the
then we
10th, or is that Aries in the 10th?
Aries in the 10th, they got Libra in the 4th.
Oh,
And
Libra
if
in
you
the
think
4th.
about it at home, mom is usually the one that's peacemaking, making judgment calls. I mean,
Her house looking like anything.
caring about the aesthetic. There you go. Virgo in the third is interesting though, because this will explain why a lot of men have. You ever hear a man say, I don't like when women say this or that. That's not ladylike. Like you're supposed to be a little bit more demure with your talk.
You want more? How many? Three. Okay. You know what?
Three is a good number, Nia.
That is a good number.
Eat some for me. And we talking about the third house, so no coincidences. The third house of Cancer. Now, in case anybody isn't really following this, what we are doing, we put Cancer in the first house. So if we do that, we can get all of the qualities of Cancer by the sign that is on each house cusp. So, for example, if Cancer is on the first house cusp, we are putting Leo, the sign after Cancer, on the second house cusp. Virgo would be on the third. Libra would be on the fourth. Scorpio would be on the fifth. Sagittarius will be on the sixth. On the seventh house cusp, they have Capricorn, eighth house course. I just said that all wrong. Venus and Pisces moment, y'all. Eighth house cusp. Aquarius.
Her about her stuff. Vanilla ice cream.
You hear this? See, listen, there's no reason for adults not to be able to talk about stuff. Did you just hear out of the mouths of the babe?
She's like, do Capricorns like ice cream? Yes, they do, but they probably like plain ice cream. Again,
Can't have too much going on. Yes.
Who? From your daddy? Oh, okay. Aw, okay. Can you hear me?
She's adorable. Now, there are, like, for everybody listening that doesn't quite understand that, I think this is something that a lot of people who are into astrology discover late. I'm happy for those who discover it early, but you can literally describe anything by putting the sign that you would think would, in general, describe said thing on the ascendant or the first house cusp. And then you can describe everything going around. So we got so far as to like Virgo. Also, when we talk about Libra in the fourth house, because like she said, don't be leaving my house any type of way. The aesthetics are very important. It's usually the woman that's designing, making sure that the home looks a certain way, not even just the cleanliness of it, the aesthetic, you know what I mean? And then this is controversial, but I remember having this conversation with shout outs to Everese because I really felt like we connected on this particular part of Cancer energy with Scorpio energy in the fifth house or on the fifth house cusp. This is why a lot of people will say man's hands off of women's bodies. Women decide, babies, children, fifth houses, ruled by that. Some people might be like, oh, that sounds terrible. I don't want to get all controversial, but even that's astrologically explained. And then with the sixth house with Sagittarius energy there, what you have is your mom is usually the person teaching Sagittarius energy, the things that you must do on a day-to-day basis. You're washing your face and brushing your teeth. You are making your bed. You are learning the rules of day-to-day life from mother or feminine energy.
Yep.
So like, even thus far. And then, you want to get more controversial? We're going to get more controversial. Capricorn in the seventh. How many women feel like a man should take care of you? Who should provide? Does this not fall in lockstep with that? Come on, Capricorn, the provider. In your one-to-one relationship, you're going to want
Yeah,
someone who.
she's like, yeah, at the end of the day, what's gonna be paying these bills? Who's
Thank
paying the bills? Where's the light?
you.
These lights ain't free. This shit ain't free.
Thank
No.
you. Yes. So, like,
So
when we're talking Cancer energy, we're not even specifically talking about Cancer. We are talking about how Cancer aligns in order when we put Cancer on the first house cusps. And y'all want to hear something even for everybody that's like, yes, females should run shit. Aries in the 10th kind of says that. 10th house is Capricorn naturally ruled, so that's government too.
say what now?
So I said with Capricorn, naturally ruling the 10th house, we could talk about structures of government. With Aries energy there, as far as Cancer is concerned, we ready to take control of things. We can.
Yesterday. Yeah. Like we not waiting. I'm not waiting. Either you come in, come on. That's that type of energy. Like how we give women a lot of credit for getting shit done. Aries in the
Yup.
10th. You can't sit around and wait for people to do shit for
No,
you.
I'll do it myself. And I'm gonna be like y'all know it.
I'm hungry.
It's
I'm tired. Like let's get this shit on the road.
yes. And I realize I just skipped the eighth house and the ninth house, but this is I'm picking all the controversial things to look at it from. But if you have Aquarius in the eighth house, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's experimental energy, isn't it? Isn't it
Yeah.
very experimental? So I'm not trying to say all women are ready to bust it open no matter what, but
But extremely destructive in the way that they're experimental. So these could be the types of people that tear some shit apart, like break shit in order to figure out how it works. But then they'll
mm-hmm.
either create something completely new or they'll put it together, they'll put it back together and it works better than it did before they broke it down.
Dismantling the undercurrents of things for new birth and genius and invention. Sexually, we could say when a woman is her most comfortable, right? She'll be a little bit more open to experimentation with that partner that provides that seventh house shit. I'm saying because I'm just saying.
Um, hmm. Capricorn in the seventh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, once you make them feel comfortable and secure, yeah, they'll go ahead and open up all that eighth house shit to you.
There you
And
go.
Aquarius don't really have no limits when it comes to that
N-
stuff. Hey,
No, no, no,
are
no, none at all.
signs in the zodiac. I hate to
Yes.
paint signs like, oh, this sign is the most freaky because every sign is sexual. It's just the way that they display it or the way that
Right.
they enjoy receiving it, which would be, Venus, Mars energy, and even your moon. But
Hmm.
I just lost my thought. See,
It's okay.
Mercury square
There's
Pluto.
two Mercury and Pisces retrograde people up here right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nah.
But yeah, as far as finding sexuality within the planets and the signs, like we're all sexual. It's just how do you display it?
Right, right. And Aquarius, of course, like I tell people all the time that have a hard time really viewing Aquarius energy as anything other than what they've stereotyped it to be. Just thinking about fixed air, to some people that kind of conflicts, and I have to explain it to them that no, they're committed to their freedom. Air is everywhere. There's hardly any place where you ain't gonna find air. Like, so being different, moving over here, there, like all of that. So once you meet that seventh house need with a woman, then you get the busting it open. Sorry, didn't mean to put it like that, but you know what I meant. And then ninth house. Oh my God, this one's easy for me. Usually your spiritual beliefs are taught to you by your mother.
Facts.
Pisces in the ninth.
Yep.
Like your belief systems, your first teacher.
Done. Yep. Mom's the one getting you up in the morning. Go to fuck. Get your ass up so we can go to church.
Yep.
Yep.
No jokes. Like you can see it all in the wheel. And then since we said 10th, 11th house, I think this is beautiful. There's Taurus in the 11th house. Don't women love giving their friends gifts or like,
Mm. Very.
catering to them? Yeah. Like it's just your friendship circles are very, very important to you. Value them. We do.
Yeah.
Like that's just who we are. And then my favorite, having Gemini in the 12, women love to gossip. We won't admit it. We'll even be in the midst of doing it and be like, I'm not gossiping.
The fuck you are. But at the same time, you guys are like gatekeepers for information. Like people with Gemini and the 12th have a wealth of information. It's like, what the fuck? I didn't even know you knew that. Like,
Because you were peeping the scene undercover. You were collecting all the information that was coming without low key, without letting it be known. It's like subconsciously something that we do. Your ears will be open even when it doesn't look like your eyes are on that thing. You know,
mm-hmm,
it's crazy how that goes. Like
absolutely.
it's crazy how that goes. But hold on one second. My audio's acting up.
Can't hear
So I'm coming back. I'm sorry, my headphones died. Now I got on like my customer service headphones, so I look a little ridiculous, y'all. But yeah, cancer energy is more than just talking about cancer. You're actually talking about all the signs, depending on, and I mean that the same thing would be true no matter what energy we were talking about. And I think it's amazing to look at it this way. You can see how connected the entire zodiac is to itself and to each individual sign. It's so important to be able to do that because if you don't, you're doing yourself a disservice. And that's when we wind up hearing them people like, I don't, I don't have any cancer energy. Fuck if you
you.
do. Or fuck if you don't. Yes, you do.
Okay, so what be happening when the moon is in Cancer? You're not affected.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to act like nothing is happening?
Um, you are. If you have a house, if you have a roof over your head, you're affected. So please, it might not affect you the same way it affected Leroy over here, but um, you have Cancer in your chart, boo. You definitely do. And even
X.
me, I only have technically one planet in Cancer, but all my Pisces stuff is in the Cancer decade.
There you go.
I have a Cancer signature from my birth chart.
Yes, I feel you. My
Yeah,
Pisces Mercury is in the Cancer decan and Cancer Dwide.
I feel a lot. Hell, I was born on Moon Day. Fuck, on a full moon at
I was
that.
born on Moon Day too. Hey, Monday burst up in this bitch. Yes.
Yeah, we
See,
got so much in common. So yeah, like we're lunar beings. We feel a lot, and with the waves of the moon, we just change. And a lot of people just be like, "Damn, what the fuck is wrong with you?" I don't know.
like, look, the moon only spends 2.5 days in a sign before it's ready to skip to another one. You gonna feel that shift. See,
Yeah, and the best way to like really chart or pay attention to trends and energy, watch the moon.
yes, yes, you just brought up the next thing I wanted to cover because we were talking about like you could look at where the sun's transiting, but listen, first of all, people. Since the moon is moving the fastest, right? This is going to be the thing that you're paying attention to for the quickest changes and influences on your life. Okay. You have a lunar return like once a month. You can look at your lunar return chart and get a feel for the month ahead. Okay. But if you're paying attention to where the moon is on like a daily basis, you can think about how that's impacting and affecting your own moon. I just realized all late that the last full moon that we had was right on my natal moon. Like it was only minutes off. And I was like,
Oh,
oh shit. that that whole day was it wasn't that it was a bad day, but the moon doesn't necessarily like being in Capricorn anyway. So like I guess I'm kind of used to that, but it just was like I just felt very grounded. Like no matter what was about to happen, I would not be moved. Like emotionally I was solid. Like I was just I was prepared for whatever was coming. So I was like, oh shit, yeah, the full moon's right on my natal moon. Because usually when the moon moves into Capricorn, that's when I start getting agitated about things that are not in order. All of a sudden, there's this urge to get my shit together. Like if I had let anything slide, like I legitimately do not like doing a bad job at anything that I do. Like I would rather die than be embarrassed and not like
okay.
shit excellence. Like I can't handle it. So every time the moon's coming up back around to being in Capricorn, especially since mine is at the earlier degrees, as soon as it goes into Cap, I start feeling it, and I'm like, ooh. And my moon's ruler is in the 12th house, so this is always this. It's been going on my whole life before I could even put my finger on it and recognize that this was something I was dealing with. And child, this one felt different though. I was like, oh no, I'm good. I've crossed all my.
Water moon transits, I'm good on that shit because I be in my feelings,
She's
especially when
also
it.
a Earth moon, Virgo moon, eighth house
I
though.
have the Virgo moon in the eighth house, which is like ruled by water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I usually have a great time when the moon is in Leo until it crosses over my Chiron. Then
Mm.
I start having a hard time, and it plunges me into that Virgo eighth house shit.
Yeah.
And I'll be having a hard time crawling up out of that shit because it's already hard enough having Virgo in the eighth, which is just like neurosis on 10.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Like like how you said with your Capricorn moon, when things are not in order, you're bothered. Okay, well, my moon is worried about details because I've been shown on an extreme level
Mm-hmm.
that when things are not in order, shit is fucked up, and it's just gonna be like the cleanup process is not going. It's gonna be ugly. So
Yeah.
get right the first time. So I've been
Yes.
compulsive to someone outside of me, but they're not looking at it how I'm looking at it. Which is why I'm so. And then, not to mention, people with Virgo, especially Moon in Virgo, Mercury in Virgo, I even say Venus in Virgo, they have sensory issues like
Yes.
smells, loud sounds. Virgo people need a quiet place. People like they really need to be able to get away and access that Pisces part of their chart, escape,
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't, you're going to drive yourself crazy and you're going to drive everybody else crazy.
Yes. Bravo. My Virgo energy is in the 12th house. It's in Pisces house.
Oh my god. So yeah, you definitely need a way to. I know it's hard because Mercury is like all over the place. You know, that's the ruler of Virgo, and it's really hard to calm down. And I know a lot of Virgos that smoke weed. It's necessary.
It's
I almost,
ill.
like if you don't smoke, get you an edible CBD something like
Yeah.
aromatherapy. You need to have your Taurus shit in place because yeah, like I said, even as a kid, like I never liked loud sounds, like
Mm.
super high pitched sounds. They bother me. They just do. So, when it comes to working in loud places like a warehouse, which I keep fucking ending up in somehow, um, like managing warehouses, that's very Virgo in the eighth, or, like Mars in the sixth. I have both. So, me managing a lot of things at one time, the perfectionist in me hates that shit because you have constant interruptions and it knocks you off your game. So a person like me who likes to be laser focused on something so that I can produce the best quality content I can, if I have constant interruptions or whatever, it throws me off. And
Yeah.
that is irritation to me.
I feel you on that. I feel you
Yeah.
on that.
So but to other people, it's just like whatever, they don't care. But like for me, I'm like me being a Cap rising, my moon trying descendant, I already know that the things that I produce are directly attached to my name and how people look at me. So I'm not finna give y'all nothing that I wouldn't want myself. My
Mhm.
standards are up here. So a lot of
Hi.
things, people call me nitpicky, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like it is what it is. It took me a while to get to that point. It really did. But it's like I like what I like. And there's a reason for it. And people love me for the things that I produce because I am that way.
See, that's understanding how that energy is directly like flowing through you, like how you're living your chart. You know what I mean? Because some people would be like, "Oh no, like you gotta embrace that."
Yep. Know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are, and use that astrology to pivot,
Yes.
because our charts are our charts for the most part. We have our progress charts, but there are only certain points that progress, you know what I mean? Like
Right, right. That progresses much. I mean, like
but
most people don't
right, it's
live.
like your foundation.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of those things are always going to be, it just is what it is. I'm probably always going to be irritated by shit. But there are things that I can do to mitigate that. So again, I'm not nitpicking at people.
No, I feel you because my Saturn is retrograde in Virgo, and so it's like, and that's what's opposing my sun.
And then
I,
you're not going to be able to rest until you do it. With in a mental house like the 12th house, that's it's like always in the back of your head. You
I
forget.
don't even think it's there. It is. It's just operating. Like,
Yeah.
like if this, I can't sleep when something is unsettled as far as how I'm going to organize and execute and structure something. Like I will literally be in the bed the entire night and not go to sleep. I
Yeah,
if
you
I
just
can't get
know
settled.
what you got to do the next day. Like,
Yes. Yep.
bitch, go to sleep. And it's like I really wish that I
I
could.
really wish I could. I'm like, I gotta take something to make me go to sleep in those cases because when and then my mind is just like my mind won't let me rest.
Yeah.
And then my Capricorn moon is in my third house. So
So it's like responsibilities is at the forefront of your mind, and then so it's like either way you turn around, you thinking about some shit you got to do, handle, take care of. You're always responsible for somebody, overseeing something, and you're pretty much the only. Well, I wouldn't say you're the only one that you can depend on, but most of the time you rather just
do it
do it
myself.
yourself, get it done because you know what kind of work you're going to produce versus someone else. You don't like to waste time either with that Saturn and stuff like that. Like we
Hell
have
no.
no with it. It's already probably hard for you to keep track of time,
Yes.
but so it's like even more imperative for you to have that shit together so you don't waste your time.
I'm like, I picked this chart. My
For
soul
what
picked this
reason?
chart.
For what reason? Why did I do this to myself?
Why did I want to do that? And that's the other, like, I'm sorry, y'all. Anybody that disagrees, you are definitely entitled to your opinion, even though I hate when people say you're entitled to your opinion because that's implied just by you being alive. Like, nobody has to ever tell me, well, that's your opinion. I know that. But you are totally, no matter how much you don't like certain parts of your chart, if you really, really think about it and dig through all these different layers and see the universe in a certain manner, I guess you could say. When you decided you was going to incarnate for certain lessons, and we've all had multiple lifetimes, so this is just one of them. But no matter how much you dislike your chart, your soul said, I need to have this energy to be able to do what I'm supposed to do in this incarnation. There's something I'm needing to learn, pick up, or do. And I scream at parts of my chart all the damn time, but ultimately, you got to work with it. It's better to embrace it and not fight against it. Like, I know I don't have a lot of fire, so I get such inspiration from people with a lot of fire,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
And people get inspiration. Think of all the inspiration people get from your energy based on
You
what
have
you just
Leo in the
said.
second too.
Hmm?
So yeah, you have Leo in the second, so they bring a lot of value to you, like creation and just them. Yeah, I'll just be like they're creative. Like I think Venus just went into Leo.
Yeah, it's at 0 degrees, Leo. First
Yes,
of all, show out, y'all. Show out.
so it's like I've been feeling super creative, and then Neptune and Jupiter are both at home in Pisces. Like, bitch, if you're not out here creating some shit, if you're not a creative person or an artist, like this is the perfect time to do this shit. Mercury just went direct.
Hmm.
So whatever creative projects you have been working on, if you have, you can release it now.
Let that shit flow. Like, the other thing that I like too, Jupiter, Pisces. Well, Jupiter being in Pisces, it's ancient ruler, but this is music. Like, well, first of all, I think Pisces people just take music differently anyway because we rule it. But oh my god, music has been so much more impactful. I feel like I even started making it again, like producing. Like, that's something I haven't done in a long time. And I realized, oh my God, it's tedious, but I love it. The appreciation that I've had for music, I noticed shifted a little bit. I mean, it always kind of means a lot to me. You ever meet people and they're like, "Oh, you like that song? You like that? You don't understand.
Oh
It's a
my
whole
god.
vibe."
Okay, so you have Venus and Taurus, and then you're also Pisces. Can you relate to? I don't know, like you connect to your music on a different type of level. Like how I like to describe it is my the songs in my phone are kind of like my diary a little bit.
Yes. It's
My
the
Mercury
soundtrack to my
has
life.
a hard time describing what I feel, but this song over here articulates it perfectly.
Amen.
A lot of the songs that are in my phone are like songs that I listen to every day, or it's just a mood, you know.
Hmm.
So a lot of my a lot of my songs are either about sex or they're just kind of sad. They're songs about life, you know, shit that makes me think. Like
Yes.
I do have upbeat songs, but by far I have a lot more R&B and stuff like that. So
Things that create a mood and an atmosphere that, like, kind of transcend.
and it's like that real smooth, ethereal.
Yes.
Like I love trap soul music. I love I don't know what genre like Alina Perez is, but I love
Oh
her.
my goodness. Yes.
Like that type of music, I have so many like it's the shit that'll put you to sleep. I'll say that. It will put you to sleep. But it's very like you can smoke to my music,
Mm.
you can cry to my music. You can do whatever. Like I got a lot of Kid Cudi.
He,
I have a
I
lot
am.
of
Listen,
Turner to
people have
sleep.
come at my neck for liking Kid Cudi, but listen, I don't know how to explain it. Like, oh God, this is gonna make the Capricorn moon almost cry.
Oh.
At one of the hardest times in my life, where just shit was just like, I discovered him. Then the second hardest time of my life, I was literally in a living situation that was unfucking bearable. Like, literally, it was going to come down to, like, I would rather jump off a building than have to continue this, but there was nothing that I could really do immediately available to me to change said situation. And I was sitting there thinking about, what the fuck? Like, how am I going to get out this situation? And I just hit shuffle play on one of my playlists, right?
Mhm.
And when I do it, I hear, I am the smartest man alive. And that's the beginning of this Kid Cudi song that made me remember who the fuck I was. It was like, um, it's called Immortal. And he talks about feeling bad about himself. And this was exactly how I felt at that moment. And then he said, I've got my lion heart and electric flowing through my veins. Shocking waves make me feel I can float. It's like the city is mine and the dark is my cave. I can't explain this sudden peace in my walk. I sure hope I'm living my life as if I'm, well, oh my God, I just lost the lyric. But tonight I feel immortal. And it was like, I'm listening to the words of these. I've heard the song a million times. Always liked it, but it was just like, it supercharged me. Literally changed my living situation in 2 days.
Wow.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I needed a shift. I needed a shift in a vibe. It's not like resources were any different from me. It was how I could appreciate them, how I could approach them, how I could attack them because of a shift in mood. That's what music does to me. Like, I'll listen to the most ignorant shit on the planet sometimes when I need to get riled the fuck up to get something done and attack something. I'm like, oh, like, I don't know how to explain. I literally feel it. Like, I literally feel music. It impacts my mood.
Yep.
It's some different shit. Some people,
It's
it's just a
true.
background noise. Not for me.
Because you know our Earth moons tend to be like, I don't have time for feelings like, but like you
Yeah.
said, when you sit down and you listen to music, it helps you integrate. You
Yes.
know.
It pulls all of that in. Now I don't have to feel all sappy. I
Yeah,
can.
it's like, like like I don't like PD. I don't like none of that shit. But like, when I'm at home and when I'm comfortable and I'm in my zone and I got the music going, like you said, we could just flow.
I was
That's
like, I
all.
can't believe how quick everything just bloop. And I was like, damn, I needed to get in that mindset instead of the mindset that I was in, where I wasn't even admitting to myself. And I could say, you could probably understand this too, as Saturn is your chart ruler. Yo, Capricorn energy be bringing like depressive, heavy feelings.
Oh my god! And it's like you can't control. Like like it's okay. I'm pretty sure you can relate to what I'm about to say. And like a lot of people don't understand again because it's not their chart configuration. But
Hmm.
when you have the Saturn in certain placements, that shit is like drowning, and it's like you can't do anything to stop it. And if you
Yeah,
have Cancer placements on top of that, it's like a big wave, and you can't do anything about it, and it just
you gotta let the
let,
wave come.
let it come, let it hit you, roll around in the tides for a little bit, and then you'll eventually end up on the beach. But
You just gonna wash up on the shore and shit.
yeah, like for real, that's what it's like. Cause it's like when you're in it, it's kind of like a tornado. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, in Capricorn, we know the resting bitch face
Oh,
queens. The like, no, nothing bothers me. Yes, you're bothered, bitch.
they do. There's a raging fucking ocean underneath all this fucking earth, just churning up. You just can't see it.
But it's
I'll
like,
never
yeah,
forget.
Saturn. You just depression is it? I don't want to say it's ruled by Saturn, but yeah, I think it is actually.
Yeah,
Depression is something under Saturn because it's that restriction, that not being able to express yourself in any
being
kind of way.
delayed. Yeah, it's
Yes, all types of stuff, like and it's like in an extreme and controlling way. So, very similar. Like you and I both have Neptune on our Mercuries or next to it, like right next to them.
Oh, it's right on my sun. Well, right now it is.
A lot of people will never experience that in this lifetime.
That's you.
They
You
don't know
absolutely
it,
right. Yeah.
especially when it's in its home. So a lot of people are not going to feel extreme melancholy, forgetfulness, your words getting scrambled, missing things, like
Sickness.
things going missing, like
Yeah.
um, just all types of Neptunian things
We're
happening,
being
and then it's not even
deceived
like
easily.
that too. A lot of swindlers, scammers, charlatans.
I swear to God, I'm attracting them all. I get like 10 friend requests a day. I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, because as soon
My
as I go
whole
to their
life is like,
profile,
literally, what the fuck do you want? Because
yeah, leave me alone. I don't want none. I get, and then I look at my spam messages, and it's always somebody who spam messaged me, like somebody you don't know, and they'll say, "Do you know this person? Hi, beautiful. I just want to be friends." No.
I want to be your sugar daddy. Let me text this. What do they be saying? Like WhatsApp number or some shit like that. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
why, why, what?
Like I ain't sending you shit. Like I'm like, yo, both of us have what the Neptunian energy on all of our Pisces energy this solar return year too. So I was like, yeah, I got to be extra careful. I
It's
can't get
like
caught slipping.
retrograde energy, Pisces energy, Neptune. So it's like triple water. It's the in Pisces is the deepest that you can get technically. It's a
Yeah.
water and it's down in them trenches, I'm telling you. And you have to surface back up to the land where, everybody else is living in reality, and you basically have to acclimate from the world that you were just in, because it's the opposite of where the day to day, the norm.
Oh yeah. I tell people all the time it's like skipping realms. Piscean energy is like, oh, we was here when oh no, disassociated over there in another realm, in like in another place. And you can't sometimes you can't see the difference if you're not really paying attention. So it's easy for the illusory, you know, Neptunian fog to fall over. So it's like, yeah, some people are never going to experience that. They have no idea. They have no idea.
Neptune moves so slowly. Unfortunately, I think how many Neptune signs will we experience in a lifetime? Maybe four or
Was it like,
five, I would say.
maybe if you live nice and long.
Yeah, I'm like maybe I forget off the top of my head how long the
It
transition
takes
is.
for it to go around the sun. Yeah, I was just sitting here like, oh my God, I should have this knowledge immediately
It's
in the
like
forefront of my mind.
it is what it is. I can look it up real quick.
No problem.
Um, yeah, I'm
So
like,
what?
okay,
Neptune is 14 years in a sign.
yes, I'm horrible at math, but the average lifespan for people is usually about 75.
Oh, I
Um,
can. I hope that, and that's terrible. As I just lit a cigarette talking about how long I'm
older
going to live.
Americans, I'll say that.
The average.
Americans,
Okay, so 75 divided by 14. So five. You were right. 5.35.
okay, okay, look at me, because I'm horrible at math. But yeah, what's up, babe?
You're not going to get a lot of different experience of Neptune through different signs, at least not in one lifetime. I mean, if we look at it from the perspective of you'll have another lifetime, maybe you'll choose a time frame when you're experiencing Neptune transit other signs that you didn't get the opportunity to feel it in. But especially being at home, like she said, some
Yeah, and it's. Let me tell you, Neptune is not tired. He is working overtime. Ain't got no chill. When I tell you Neptune casts a shadow or a fog over whatever it touches, it dissolves whatever it touches. It taints whatever it touches. Like Neptune deals with poison.
yes.
People, they could be due to like overindulging. Jupiter here, fuck yourself up. So be careful with that. Because the opposite end of that is Virgo. It could deal with your health. So
Hmm.
overindulging in drugs, um, What else do people overdose with? Anything.
Alcohol too,
Oh,
people.
yeah, so be extra careful. I know since this is the first time we've really actually been open since the Rona and all that, people are turning up, having a good time. It's summertime. That's great. Just be responsible.
Be very
Up with
responsible.
Neptune and Pisces, especially
Child.
when we have Pisces in the sixth.
That's me. Yes. So,
Then that can also be some illnesses or something that you don't
and I'm a
even.
Virgo rising for my solar return with my sun in the sixth.
Okay.
Conjunct Neptune. It's close by 1 minute. It's 1 minute off. Neptune is conjunct my sun for my solar return chart by 1 minute, just 1 minute off.
Shit.
That's what I said. That
Has it been like kind of going under the radar for you, or is it bringing attention to it?
it brought attention to stuff like for I'll say this in public. I'm still having tests and different things done. But like in February, I started having this weird I looked it up because oh my God, that's just what I do. But I started having something called Lermite's sign, this weird like burning nerve pain. And it just started happening out of nowhere. And it's a neuropathical issue and MS runs in my family. So I immediately was like, okay,
You
I have MS. Like, hold on, mind you, this is before I seen any doctor or did anything. I'm just trying to accept, I guess, because my mother has it, my uncle had it, and I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I got told when I went to the doctor, like, first of all, don't jump to conclusions. Weren't you in a car accident last year? I was like, yeah. They're like, that's more than likely like a nerve issue. You could have a pinched nerve. And I'm like, yeah, but I was in an accident at the beginning of 2020. She's like, so like
I don't laugh, but it's just like so.
yeah, yeah, like why are you thinking that? Because I was like, I didn't start feeling this until this year. And it's like, well, sometimes as it gets worse, like you're gonna feel it more. And the weird part is I haven't had it happen as often as it did. But it was still like as it got closer to my solar return, it really started picking up. Like I just had it more and more. It's a pain that lasts for like 90 seconds to 3 minutes that literally it's like debilitating. I've never felt anything like this before in my life. You feel like you're on fire from the back of my head down into my arms, and then my hands would go numb. And then I'm like,
Oh my god.
and then I look at my solar return chart and I'm like,
You're
well, fuck.
serious?
Virgo's on the ascendant. My sun is in the sixth house with Neptune conjunct my goddamn sun by 1 minute.
What's Uranus doing?
Oh God, where would you be? Let me see. See, I have like 10 million charts. This poor software one day is just gonna just be like, look, bitch, we don't got no more room. I don't know what you thought you was doing, but where's solar return 2020? I like hearing other people tell me about it too because I'll look at shit and be okay. Where what did you ask? Where's Uranus?
Yeah, or like what was your Aquarius stuff doing? Because I know that deals with the nerves, right? Or
I have an
no,
Aquarius
Mercury.
stellium in my fifth house.
Aquarius stellium. Is
For the solar
Aquarius
returns, it's
Mercury?
Saturn, Jupiter, the moon, and Mercury all in my fifth house. Pluto is also transiting my fifth house, but in Capricorn. And then Uranus is transiting my eighth for my solar return year.
Okay, well there it is. Alrighty, man. See,
I was just like, okay. And I was like, I'm gonna put this chart down. I'm gonna put this chart down. I'm gonna put this chart down for a minute
before I
because
get upset.
before I get upset. But what I do like is that it made me pay better attention to health just in general. And since I had moved into a more rural area, I got back into my routines, of just even just like walking and enjoying stuff. During the year of the Rona, especially the neighborhood I was living in, I wasn't taking no strolls.
No, not at all.
So, I mean, this is another thing that's important for people to look at. You want to not just look at what's going on with your birth chart, what's going on with your solar return chart, which is the day that the sun went back to the exact same degree that it was at when you were born, which sometimes isn't on your birthday. It could be the day before, but you know, this is information like the stars are not lying. As above, so below is so true. You know, we're
Yeah,
living in concurrence with what is going on universally.
to yeah, it would behoove a lot of people to utilize their chart in a practical way. And I'm not saying that you have to look at your transits every single day, but it does help. Like I said, it's no different than looking at the weather forecast for the day.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
there
Check your
rain
astrological
or
weather.
not? Like, you know, just to be prepared. Like I said, me personally, I don't have too many issues with retrograde cycles. It's usually when the planet goes back direct when I get the issues. Like for example, when Uranus was retrograde, it was cool, but when it was retrograde, when it was in Aries, which was in my third house, when it went back direct, I got into a car accident.
In the third house. Where was you going? You was
Same day that it went direct, and it was some unexpected shit. I was driving and a baby deer ran in front of my car. And
oh
I
shit.
didn't even I was like, what the fuck? And he was on the side of the road at first. And then he just decided to dart in front of me at the last minute. I didn't he was so smart. I thought he was a dog at first.
Oh my
And then
god.
he rolled and then he kept going.
Oh yeah, they love to let you hit them and keep going. Will total your
Oh,
car, but still be running.
where's your mother? Like I've never seen deer in this
Oh
area in my life. And it's a place that I'm used to frequently traveling, never seen a deer. But yeah, I saw it that day, and his ass ran right in front of my car.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
and it ended up costing. Well, hold on, did it end up costing me money? Ultimately, it did because my insurance premium ended up going up the next time around because of that. Even though you can't
Wow.
prevent an animal strike, I
There's
mean,
not really much you could do about because even trying to avoid said animal, you might hit something else or somebody, and it could have been worse.
tell you when it comes to because again I've worked in logistics for 7 years. I
Hmm.
tell truck drivers all the time, if it comes to an animal, especially a deer, if you can't like slowly correct, just hit them. There's nothing you can do because again you could possibly hit somebody else or you can flip your fucking truck.
Yeah.
Just hit them. You, of course, brake, but don't do no swerving or nothing like that because you'll end up fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we've all seen what deer can do to your car.
Oh
Well,
yes.
I've seen them total trucks, so like semis. So
Hmm.
it was scary when I went through it, and
Mm.
I can only imagine a full a grown ass deer running in front of that shit. And I was in a full
Child.
hind day too, so yeah, it's real.
This should be real. You see, Uranus in Aries, you was by yourself too.
Yep,
Uranus in Aries was transiting her third house. Third house is like local travel.
yep. Your car, your
Your
vehicle, and then my Venus is also in Aries. I don't. They weren't conjunct because I think. Well, let me look that up.
she like,
I'm gonna
I'm trying to say, hold on, she pulling the chart, y'all.
I'm gonna pull that transit real quick.
Listen, this is one of the reasons why I don't enjoy people acting like astrology is some fucking parlor trick. Like there or that it has no validity. I'm gonna say this while she looking this up. As far as people talking about whether it's scientific or not, etc. Observation is a huge part of this. When we're observing and seeing patterns and cycles, I may not be able to tell you exactly why these patterns and cycles exist. Maybe we haven't yet discovered that yet. Why this is designed this way. But I know, like, before people understood why, you cut yourself and bleed and what was going on exactly in your body, I'm sure people noticed that there were cycles, or there were certain things that happened if you sustained an injury, whether or not they could really explain it or not. This is something I say to people because I find this is another thing that's happening to me as I have gotten older and am now a progressed Taurus at the very beginning degrees of it. It's at 1 degree now. Where people want to argue with me about astrology. And I'm like, no, like, I'm more firm in this practice. They'd be like, well, I don't believe in that. Well, nigga, neither do I. I don't believe in astrology. I practice it. You know?
Amen.
There's
Amen.
no belief. There's no belief needed. I tried to get into this to debunk it and
Yep.
then figured out I couldn't debunk it. So what would lead me to think this was something I could debunk and then all of a sudden be like, no, I can't? Well, I had to put it into practice and learn how to do so. Also, to everybody who are astrology aficionados, don't argue with these dumbass people who think that, like, they Googled something real quick and can completely destroy what you have studied for years. It would be like somebody arguing with a surgeon because they Googled some shit. What makes you think that your knowledge, your level of understanding could even rival theirs in the least? But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Went off on a
No,
tangent.
you're fine. You're fine. That shit needs to be said, and I'm probably gonna say it every time, because yeah, um, this is really a science. It is, and we I'm a very experimental person myself. I like to test things out.
Hmm.
I'm a skeptic. I'm a Capricorn rising. Show
Show
me,
me.
please.
Make it
And
real, baby.
it just be like, damn, like wow. But so it wasn't conjunct my Venus, but like I said, my Venus is housed in the third house,
Mm.
and it was at 28 degrees of Aries, which
Towards
is
the
my
end.
anoretic degree. So
Really close to, yeah. So it's a sense of urgency for things to just happen. The compulsion is stronger. Wow.
fucking deer was feeling really fucking impulsive.
And that's interesting because usually they don't wander too far from their mama, the little ones.
Mama was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
Again, the Aries energy.
You went off but unto yourself, didn't you? You did that Mars shit. Me.
Doing out here.
Yeah. Yeah. Going against your mama. That's why Aries energy was square Cancer. See?
And again, that Uranus, that roaming around free, being a rebel,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Doing your own damn thing and you then got hit by a car. Now look at that. See?
Mm. And like I said, it's close to that anoretic degree, which is basically when it's at the end, it's
Mm.
a buildup of all of that energy. It's
It
like,
has to it has to be spent now or that's it before we go on to the next sign. Yeah.
and it went out with a bang. And
Literal.
like I said, it
Literal
even
bang.
costed me a little bit of money, just a little bit. And of course, I had to fight with my fucking insurance
Oh, that
to
sucks, babe.
rental. Well, it was just some stupid shit. I mean, I ended up getting a rental, but it was just a struggle. But usually, with me, my eighth house stuff usually um it looks out for me. I usually like if I do have a insurance policy, it usually pays out. It just takes a minute. It takes a long ass time.
Got you.
Usually some hiccups along the way too. It just is what it is.
This shit ain't no joke, yo.
It is.
So
Again, Saturn in my second, delays to my cash
yeah.
financially. So hey,
Wow. See, I'm sorry for not that too many non-believers would be even paying attention to this particular podcast, unless you're just curious. But just more examples of practically viewing astrology and applying it to be able to see the cycles that occur that impact you and why it's important to understand those things. even though, like, I will agree with most, like what you said earlier about, like, I'm not stalking my transits, but even to be able to look at things in hindsight is a beautiful thing, from an astrological perspective. Just, and you can collect other people's similar experiences or anything else that would have been speaking to that. You know, it's one of those things I think that allows us to understand things better as human beings. It's like, this is not just some random shit. It can be ascribed to something. And I think that that gives life a lot more purpose and meaning than people, like, not that I have anything against people who are so scientific that they're like, oh, like, you think everything is about you? You're this minuscule dot, like, in this humongous universe.
Oh,
Okay.
like, remember there was a time we were talking on the phone, and I remember I was running around doing DoorDash, and I kept telling you I kept seeing cars broken down in the
Yep.
intersections, specifically in the
Specifically in the
intersections. It
intersections.
happened like 3 times in one day, and I'm like, this
Yes.
is retrograde in Gemini. This is affecting everyone.
Everybody, let me interrupt the pathways through which people can travel and move. Wow. See, you'll see astrology in everything if you understand astrology. Yeah, you
Um,
was just trying to get out there and get your coin. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It was like,
yeah, I'm just like, is this a sign I need to go home or what? Like, I be paying attention to all that. I'm like, okay, I know when to get off the road.
yes. All right, three is a charm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did decide that I was gonna go home after that. But
Which was
yeah,
totally understandable because I wouldn't want nothing that had happened to you.
yeah. Because Lord knows I don't need no more car accidents. I'm good. If I never see another car accident in my life, I'll be good. I promise.
I feel you on that. I have not had the best. Um, the car accidents I tend to get in are always terrible. So it's like, and I have Mars square Uranus, not even by close degree, but I'm accident prone. So
Oh yeah.
I don't want
Mars
no.
opposite Uranus and
Hmm.
Neptune. So it's like I don't even see these. I never see it coming. Never see it coming.
It's like I'm blindsided by this bullshit.
And it's usually I think I had one car accident that was my fault.
Hmm.
Definitely, it was minor, but it was enough to total out my car.
Wow.
Hit me, broke my front axle. Yeah, and it was crazy because like my brother went to the wherever they towed my car to get my license plate and stuff off of there, and he was like, your car doesn't even look like you got into an accident. Aesthetically, it didn't look like anything was wrong with it, but he broke my shit. Like,
Damn.
yeah. It's always like little shit like that. But I I I have a yacht in my chart. I forgot what planets are involved, but with yachts in astrology, the best way that I can describe it is it's like what is it? It's a opposite sextile connected to two oppositions, I believe.
So I'm looking at mine. I know I have one, but some people don't count it. Astrologers argue about this because what the yod is pointing to is my
Let me
ascendant.
because the way that I look at gods, it's like a something bad that happens or like something that challenging that happens, but it turns out to be a blessing. So like I got into that car accident. I
It's two
fucked up
quincunxes and a sextile.
two quincunxes in the sextile. Okay. So yeah, quincunx is probably the harshest, arguably the harshest
Oh, I feel
aspect.
that.
I think it is personally. But yeah, quincunxes are energies that just they don't get along. They're not
They
on the
have
same.
nothing in common. They're not in the same element. They're not in the same modality. They're just like, what is this?
Yeah, you're speaking English, they're speaking Mandarin. Like,
But somehow y'all are put on a team to work together.
yeah, so figure that shit out. Figure it out, bro. Yeah. So with the yod, it's like something fucked up happens, but it ends up working out in your favor, or you end up learning something from it. So I got into that car accident.
Mhm.
It was frustrating, but I was actually able to, because I was still within a certain I guess period that I had just bought the car.
Mhm.
Um, they went ahead and totaled it out, but I still had money left over from that. So I took that money and got a better car. So it ended up working out for me,
And thank
even
God
though
you weren't like hurt like terribly and
no, I
like
wasn't hurt. And then my daughter was in the car on top of that, so I was freaking out.
yeah.
Yeah, I was freaking
See?
out, but it ended up working out for us.
Opportunities, what yads are called, God, it's like God's finger pointing to something, you know?
Yep.
And we all know, well, maybe not all of us, but like some of us will say that like sometimes the blessings are hard won. They're not like just these easy things. Through trial comes triumph. So it's like, yeah, that's an example of that. It's a beautiful example of that.
Yeah, so I just wanted to like put that out there from my own personal experience because of course we read books, we research what these aspects mean, but you have to put them to the test and see how it works for you and why. Like again, I'm very experimental. I told you one time I had to figure out why I got along with some Capricorn moons but didn't get along with others. I was literally writing down their moon signs, the degrees, the aspects, because I'm like, why the fuck
Yeah.
this
What is
why
up here?
why do I keep bumping heads with only some of them? And then you start just unfolding it and seeing what works for you and what doesn't based on your chart. Like, okay, like our moons agree, but this Saturn over here is irritating the fuck out of you.
Yes.
Or this Mars over here don't agree with this. You know, it's just it's layered. You really have
Yeah,
to
it
know.
is very much layered. I will say that. Just like I do not get along with all Pisces people, but
Oh my god, I be seeing what people be talking about. Like
I
with
do.
Pisces. And it's like, oh, do I do that?
It's you
Yeah.
unfortunately it's usually people in the Pisces decan. So that I've noticed. I do better because my Mercury is in the Cancer decan and Cancer Dweck. I do better with second decan and third decan Pisces. So
Yeah,
unless you
like
just have some other like unless you're like a Mercury and Aquarius, then we're gonna have a problem. But
yeah, I use my superpowers for dumb shit. Like making obituaries to get out of work or falsifying like a fucking doctor's note or some stupid
I
shit like
once I will never forget. I helped this girl. She needed to get her child care thing right, and the way we were paid like independent contractors where we were. Ooh, am I admitting to something on camera? Okay. Allegedly, I created I created pay stubs for her, 8 months worth.
oh my god. You know what? And that's another thing. It's like Pisces can really pull some shit out of our ass and that shit will look so legit. It's like, wow, this is fucking scary.
Honey, I did not play with my template. I made a template for it. It was so close. Listen.
Damn.
Then I had to pay attention because I'm pay. Oh, allegedly I had to pay attention to adding up all the taxes coming out, and then because pay stubs they're concurrent. So look, I put work into that. We will do what we have to. But yes, oh my God, well I just be admitting this stuff on camera.
Allegedly.
But she like this was helping a mother and a child.
I understand, but with there's duplicity for each sign. So you have good qualities and you have not bad so not so great qualities. And
I've
I'm
used
gonna
them
tell
for
you at the
evil in the
same
past
time
too.
if you don't tap into that dark side, I'm like
Yeah,
you
I've
tap
used them for
into it
evil.
in
I
a
have.
positive way, but you're using it. Like you are. Yes you do. Okay, babe.
I don't know
Um
why people don't see that. They don't want to believe. They
what?
don't want to believe certain things. that they should, like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's even, what do you call it? So we have negative, positive, and neutral qualities. So you have them within your reach depending on configurations. Like, I had to realize a long time ago, I really have like kind of a dark sense of humor and I'm attracted to dark shit. And then at first I was like, well, what in my chart explains it? Just my sun sign. The Deccan Waddington is through a Scorpio lens. Like, I love serial killer documentaries. Like,
Oh my God. Just
I
got off
love
Spreaker.
it.
Because they say perfect example, John Wayne Gacy. He's a Pisces.
Yes, he is. All the
Oh,
mutable signs be them serial killers.
mutable. But it's like all Pisces hide shit. I don't give a fuck. What what is it you're hiding? I don't know. Is it
Yeah,
the
that's
weed
true.
stash? Is it money? Is it a fucking side bitch? Is it
An
a body?
addiction. Hmm.
You're hiding something, boo. And depending on what the placement is, it describes the length that you'll go to protect that secret. But I be hiding shit from myself. I'm really good at hiding shit. Like
Me
it's
too.
when I go places, I'm looking for hiding spots. I'm looking for exits. I'm
The,
looking
the
for
minute I get in a place, I need to know how the fuck I can get out of there.
yeah.
I hate one way in, one way out places because I can't, you know what my toxic trait is with my Pisces energy? Since I'm a Libra rising, all right, I deal with people very well. And it's actually the strongest point in my chart because my draconic chart has a lot of Libra energy. So,
Mm,
I like dealing with people, but then, the cat moon, especially with its ruler in the 12th, don't no. I need to be able to back away. So when I go somewhere, I'm counting down to when I'm leaving. And I don't like having to make an announcement that I'm leaving because then people hold you up. They don't want to let you leave. And when I want to go, it's time to go.
yeah.
So I like to sneak out of functions.
Oh my god, I
Usually if
don't
it
even have to sneak. I'll just walk right past the motherfucker.
I
Motherfuckers be
can't
like,
I can't do, first of all, I'm tall as fuck. I feel like everybody's gonna notice no matter where the fuck I am. So I will make it a point, like if it was your party, let's say, right? But I know it's time for me to go. I'll say goodbye to you. You'll know. You'll know I'm leaving because I think it's rude not to let the person that invited me know. Like I'm not that bad, but it's like other people just take a liking to me and start telling me their entire life story, and I'm like, I gotta go. I've out people
I do
today, so
hide shit too.
yeah.
Like I told you I started a new job, and the manager that's training me, he's not my manager, but he's a manager. And he told me he was a Pisces, but I wasn't getting Pisces energy because he was too organized. But then I later found out he got Virgo moon.
Makes sense.
But he was at this nigga just asked me like randomly. He's like, "So what's the shadiest thing you've ever done?"
They
And I
want to know
was
all
just
your secrets.
I'm just thinking to myself, why the fuck would I tell you that? But then again, I thought about it and I was like, his Pisces ass is probably used to people just telling him shit.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, see, no, no, because I be doing that shit. No, 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 you're not gonna get me. I said, why
Strangers will
the fuck would
just,
I tell you that?
yeah, like some lady sat down next to me on the bus and was like, ah, men. And so I knew this was, oh, you're about to start talking relationships. But then she's like, if my husband ever finds out this baby isn't his, okay, bitch, first of all, I don't even know your name. And you just confessed that to me. The person that you're married to doesn't know this. Why are you telling me this?
When I used to ride the bus, this shit was a constant thing. And I used to hate it because it's like I would see like people approaching the bench or the bus stop or whatever, and I'll just be
Please don't
like,
sit next to me. Please don't sit next to
no, no,
me.
no. I already knew that they were gonna do it, and I already knew they were gonna start a conversation with me. It was a given. I would be shocked when they didn't.
Yeah. Tis
So
the
yeah.
curse. I swear. It's like people just know that you're a space where they can swim in your waters and feel comfortable and that you won't necessarily judge them. I mean, well, I feel like we may with but it's internal. It's not like I'm not going to go out of my way to be like,
Understanding.
yes,
Like
like I
I
didn't
had
say to that lady, the fuck is you telling me this bullshit for? I was thinking that in some ways, But it was just like, wow, that's a lot. Like just and that's apparently what she must have needed in that moment. Like maybe you've just been walking around carrying the shit and you need to let, you can't even tell your friend, but you knew you could tell me because I know a lot of other people on this bus that have
Remember, I
cussed you
don't
the fuck
fucking
out.
know you.
Yes.
Exactly. My sad friend, even he was telling me, he was like, man, it's just different with you. It's a lot of shit that we talk about that I can't talk to about with other people because
I'll vouch for that here too. For you. Yeah, most definitely. I just be like,
yeah, yeah, you know me anyway. I'm off the chain, but yeah, I just a lot of people like talking to me because I'm open to a lot of things. So, and I'm understanding, and I'm not always gonna agree, but like I'm just a good conversationalist. Like
right,
I
right.
allow,
It's not even the fact of your agreement, it's your processing and how you're taking it and the openness to it, which is very important. Because some people, you can't, you couldn't even bother to mention certain things to them because you're not even trying to have to deal with all the pushback. It's the pushback. Like you don't have that. Like you'll be like, oh, that doesn't sound right to me, but like,
it's like I can respect your point of view at the very least. You know, I'll let you talk. I will let you do that. If that shit starts sounding stupid, you
then
already
we're
know.
gonna that yeah. Then that Virgo energy is definitely gonna come. I know mine does too. People be talking and my eyes start going like this. If my eyes start going like this, you have crossed the threshold into utter and complete ridiculous stupidity. That's why I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
case for me.
I'm like, oh God, I like my resting bitch face fails me at that point because I'm because this is some stupid
No, I just be like, yeah, because I just be like, and then what happened?
and
This
you're just
lady at
like,
my job, she was telling me about some toxic ass shit her and her boyfriend are going through, and I'm just like, make him leave. And she's like, he won't leave. And I was just like,
what you mean he won't make him leave?
I'm like, you grown as fuck. What you mean? Call the police. And then she's like, oh yeah, he's on
Don't that sound
parental
like the
advisory.
situation I was talking to you about? Don't that sound like what I was talking about? People don't want to call.
Yes,
Listen,
yes. And I
I'm
was
gonna
just like,
need.
okay, I'm about to exit this conversation now because you about to piss me off because now
Yes,
you're
I
acting.
don't have no patience for the dumb shit. And having progressed into Taurus, I can tell when somebody's coming with some dumb shit, and I'm like, no, no, like This is the most beautiful thing that I think has ever happened to me when I'm looking at like your progressions, like moving from one sun sign into another. Now, granted, it's because of what sun sign it is, because if I live long enough to progress into Gemini, that'll be a little bit different. But this has just felt like, oh my God. Like I have no problem telling a motherfucker no. Like my boundaries are strong. We not playing. Keep that bullshit over there. Nope, 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 nope. That's not part of my value system. Nope, 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 nope. Get that shit the fuck out of here. That's
Yep.
another beautiful thing to look
Real
at. You know what I mean?
Sagittarius is definitely feeling that no shit. Like I can't. Sorry. Like it just moving it further into independence. Like that shit feels good, especially coming from the Pisces where you're serving any and everyone. Like that
Hmm.
shit. So glad I'm getting out of that. Like, cause it don't help no.
The progress Aries years are very interesting for a Pisces. And I will say this, one thing that I think was the best thing from it was the fact that no matter how much shit I took on that I probably in retrospect go, I shouldn't have taken that shit the fuck on. I kept the fuck going. There was constant movement. The movement through it. The movement through it. The initiative. No, I'm pushing. I'm going. Like you don't get bogged down into, oh, that mistake. I'm stuck there. You're already mutable as it is and used to, the change. But then with that cardinal quality that comes through in the progression, with Aries, it's like, nope, gonna keep going. Peace. Like, and out for self. Hold on. I just had to realize I did not feel guilty about that. But I moved so fast by the 29th degree. Yo, the last year of being a progressed Aries, bitch. Oh my God.
What was that like?
Whoa. I felt like everybody was testing me. Not everybody per se, like literally everybody, but like there were extra like people really wanted me to go full Aries on them. It was just like, oh, okay, you're not irritating me a little bit. You're not becoming an obstacle a little bit. Oh, you're going heavy with this.
You
So
want me
guess
to
what?
destroy you.
Forced me to
That's
have to like fucking ram my ass through shit. And then right when I got on the other side, it felt like calm. Progressed in the Taurus, and I was like, I'm here. I wanna stay right. Like, I like this. I like this. Okay. And but my horns are still up because sometimes you gotta. But no, I think that's beautiful
Aries
in
ain't
that
taking
Aries
no
energy.
fucking time to really ask no questions. Like we not asking you shit.
Mm-mm.
Uh, do what we finna do, then take names.
Yes, it was moving for. Oh my God, that last year was a lot of that. Like, I don't care what you think.
No, if you
Who are you trying to rule? Like, it just felt like people were trying to oppress. It was like, you know what it felt like? It felt like heavy cap energy on me from people. I need to go back and look at these people's charts and see what was going on that was interacting with that 29th degree, because I was like, oh no, bitch, I'm rebellious. Like at this point, and rebellion is something. Of course, I think of Aquarius energy when I think of it, but it was like you couldn't hold on to me. I was going to burn you. Stop trying to stop me from doing what I'm trying to do. The direction that I'm heading in, I don't even care if it's the wrong direction. You're not stopping me. That's how it felt. It was markedly different. It reminded me of my first year as a progressed Aries, where I went from being very shy. Like I used to be so shy, Erica. Like, and then all of a
Well,
sudden I wanted to race all the boys in the schoolyard. I was like, let's go. I remember I beat up a boy that year that I progressed into Aries.
oh my God,
And his
yes.
his mom came to the school. Like, why did I beat him up? I'm trying to remember why I did it. I didn't even really mean to hurt him, but I've been like tall my whole life. And his mother literally came up to the school. I didn't really get in trouble, but this was when parents could come to the school and not only talk to their kids but other people's kids. Like, you can't really do that these days without an issue.
They can't even confirm if a student even goes to the school.
Exactly. They're not allowed to say anything. She pulled me to the side and we had a talk. Timothy Patton. Damn, I remember his name. He Facebook friend requested me this past year. I was like, oh shit.
Oh shit! Wow. Is that retrograde period?
This nigga like 6'8". I was like, okay, so I was
Oh,
taller than you, but like, okay, never mind. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted.
telling people though, I fight niggas. Yes, I do. I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. When it comes to that. But I'm just saying, like around that time, I think I don't know. I think I was like 14 or 15 when my progressed son moved into Aries, and again, that's I think I told you that's when I started playing sports at school.
Hmm.
And I did used to put my hands on niggas because they would put their hands on me. Like this was around the time that they would get like real handsy, like
Hmm.
grab on your titties and your ass and shit. Nigga, I'll knock you in your
You just made me realize what it was. He popped my bra.
not them fucking around and being too handsy. Yeah, nigga, I'll knock your ass out for real. I'll punch you dead in your shit,
We
and I would.
don't won't play that. But no, I feel you at that age, especially so about you'll be progressing in Taurus at what, like 30, no, 45? Like
Yeah, I would
44,
have.
45.
Yeah, because my sun is at 17 degrees Pisces, and I think my
So maybe like 43. I progressed at 40. Yeah, maybe. And I'm 3 degrees. I'm a 20-degree Pisces sun.
20. Um,
20 degrees, 36 minutes. For
so
anybody listening that doesn't understand any of this stuff, I promise you, if you stay with us over time, I'll be glad to teach this shit to you. But
yeah,
basically, the sun moves about a degree a day. In a progress chart, every degree that it moves is moving a degree a year. So if I was born when the sun was at 20 degrees of Pisces, there were 9 degrees left in the sign of Pisces for me to progress into. So for the first 9 years of my life, I was still operating as a sun sign Pisces, right? When I got to age 10, then we were at the 0 degree of Aries. That's how it works. Probably still confusing to some people, but I think we might need have to do like a seminar or something on that so that
Yeah, I
people
think it will for
understand it.
everybody.
Yeah.
But my sun is currently at 13 degrees. So yeah, you were right. You were on the money. 45 is when my progressed sun will go into Taurus.
Lord have mercy, child. You please. I'm gonna need to know exactly how it feel. I'm gonna bug you because I felt different. My view of life was that I just want to accumulate my shit and be settled. I don't
That's
want
right. Yeah,
I just
yeah.
I just want to continue to have my things because now my progressed sun is conjunct my natal Venus. So it's even stronger. It's like and then it's trying my natal moon and my natal Mars and my natal Jupiter. So it's this strong feeling of settle, like of and I want land. I want to buy land. Like I've been thinking about this for 2 years. It's gonna happen. So I just went all over the place with it. But yes,
That's
pay attention, people, to your progressed chart. If you want a progressed chart reading, do you do you like you want me to give your information?
yes. So at this current time, you can book a reading with me at thegoldenmystic.com. The website will be back up this Friday.
Yay!
So thegoldenmystic.com, you'll be able to book a reading through there, and you can also reach me on my Facebook page and just send me a DM, and we can do it that way.
I'll put the links in the episode description. Um, Everybody too. I'm gonna put the moon event up there. I'm actually going to ask Erica if she will do it. Do the Libra one, the moon event that we're having for Cancer season. I have Marie Russo and the Virgin Priestess helping with that one, and then the Libra one isn't completely scheduled yet, but I would like Erica to do that. Um, I am just so excited to be able to have sat and talked this long with anybody about astrology because I know I
Yes,
drive everybody crazy.
talk about astrology ever.
Yes, and
Like,
don't forget the earrings, y'all. Look, she got on the Aquarius Jones. I got on the Pisces Jones. I
yes,
got some Jupiter and some Saturn ones from her too. Like,
yes, guys. Like, even like these are super cute, but like, right now I'm wearing these. The moon is in Aquarius as we speak, and it just these earrings really help embody the energy that's going on.
yes, say that again because you don't just got to get what's your sun sign. You know, these are really good with rituals, embodying the energy, like she said.
Yep, and I actually have wooden ones coming really soon too. So
And she got tarot shit, y'all. But y'all, you gonna see it because I'm putting the link. The
yeah,
link.
you guys can check all that shit out because my store is basically esoteric based cards, or I'm sorry, tarot cards and astrology based. So not only do I have the signs, I have planetary glyphs as well. I do need to go ahead and post the Mars earrings that I just made, and
I'm
I
gonna
have
need them, Jones.
Uranus and Neptune. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get them.
I need Venus ones too. So you know what? I just need them all. Well,
No,
I'm
I
not even.
understand.
I'm buying them all. I need them
Okay,
all.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and do that, or leave some for everybody else.
I'm sorry. Like on certain days, like you know what I mean. Like when certain things are your focus, or like you're just trying to get in the energy of things, or not even just on certain days when you're just embodying certain energies. Stuff has to happen. So I feel like this helps you stay in that mood. So yeah, I need them all. I need them
Yeah,
all.
and
I'm
it's
recording. Could you
I
please
have
back up? Thank
multiple
you.
colors, huh?
I was talking to the individual interrupting me right now.
I guess they want your attention, so yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up and say I have a plethora of colors, the rainbow. There's gonna be some newer, more unique ones that I'll be ushering in pretty soon. But
Awesome. And I love the like the Jupiter ones are just, listen, that's when I use my road opener oil, my money oil on Thursdays, and wear those earrings.
Yeah, Jupiter Day. Yeah, you can wear specific glyphs or signs for certain days to correlate. So you can wear the Jupiter, or I'm sorry, not Jupiter, the Taurus or the Libra ones
Yes,
on Friday,
on Friday.
or you can even just wear the Venus earrings because I have those as well. So
Yes.
go ahead and check it out. Go
I
ahead
hope
and
you
check it
guys
out.
do, because like I was so excited. I was so excited when I saw what she had to offer because I was looking for this type of stuff and I
Yeah,
really couldn't find it.
yeah, I was surprised it's not out here, but I use my Pisces energy to go ahead and bring it on forth because I'm like, you already know how I am, Janae. Like, I'm super picky, and it's
Yeah.
just like I'm not about to sit around and wait for somebody else to do it, so I'm gonna do it. So that here they are, they're available. Like I said, these are about 2.5 inches. If you want them smaller or bigger, just hit me up and ask. Because I can customize them from you because I make them. I'm the designer.
Yes. Not depending on somebody else's thing. Hello.
Yes,
Kept
Capricorn.
getting it done by itself. Yes. I'm so silly. But no, it's serious. Like that there's not anything that you could say that I could not attribute astrologically, which is the beauty of this whole thing. So, for all the doubters and the naysayers, just say you don't understand the shit and keep it pushing. You just don't
Yeah,
understand
just
it.
read it and have somebody break it down for you.
Because I swear it makes sense. Because you're talking to two people or listening to two people talk who both were skeptical as fuck and were like, yeah, okay. And listen to what we're doing now.
Yeah, and the beauty in it is you can get a reading from 10 different astrologers, and each reading is going to be different.
And enrich you in a deeper way.
Yep, and it's not because the information is different. It's just
Mm-mm.
that we've gotten our information from different resources, so we all have a different vantage point and a perspective in reading certain parts of your chart. And to be honest, like you said, we can sit here and talk about one person's chart for hours,
Yeah.
hours. Like you'll never be done with the chart. And even us, as long as we've been studying astrology, we can go to our natal chart and see something that we didn't see before.
Yep. Or something that I really didn't pay attention to before. And I'm like, yo. It happens to
Right.
me
Like you
all the
learn
time.
something new. Yeah, you can learn something new and go back and apply it and you'll be like, wow, so that's what this is?
So
You know?
that's why I always tell people, yes, I teach people astrology, but I will forever be a student of astrology. I am always expanding my knowledge. And for the other thing to say to the naysayers, literally the 12 signs, if we take everything in the universe and broke everything down, right? We could find a place in one of those 12 parts to put it. How many things would be in each space? Everything in the universe, everything there is to discuss. That's why there's so much to discuss about astrology. It's not just like some rah rah shit that someone just pulled some shit out their ass and like, no, no. Do you know how many things are Piscean things? How many things are Cancer things, or that you could ascribe to it when you understand the energy of those signs? So she's absolutely correct. We could talk about shit. We could talk about one placement all day.
Or just one perspective. Because like you
Yes.
we have your natal chart, the progressions, transits, sexual astrology, synastry, like draconic astrology, like which one you want to
Like,
do?
what are you looking for? Yeah, people don't understand that. Like, when you do this,
I
what are
can
you
sit here
doing?
and talk to you about the medical side of your chart for an hour, just that alone. So it's
It's
like
deep, y'all.
when I do readings, I have to first of all I ask the person like, is there something that you'd like me to focus on? So because that hour goes by really quick.
Yes, it does.
So like I have to cherry pick the points that I'm gonna talk about because I can expand on one placement easily for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So up, boo? You want some more water? Yep.
I'm gonna give Nia her mommy. I'm gonna give her mommy, and I'm gonna thank all of you guys for listening to episode 1 in season 4 of the Spiritual Gangster Certified podcast. I appreciate you for coming on, Erica. I hope I can see you back. We're gonna do some good things together. People will see in the future, and I hope y'all are just coping well with the current energy. Hopefully, I can get another episode up here quickly so I can check in with everybody. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Say bye bye, Erica.
Don't be scared of these retrogrades now.
That's say that again. Say that again.
Don't be scared. They here to help. They're
They
here to
are. Slow down. Do your reads. Don't be scared.
Yep.
It's the universe giving you a break. Time to like look back on some things. Take
Yep.
care of some shit.
Yep. Go ahead and get on your shit. Cause you know when you're not on your shit. And if you don't know, it's gonna get pointed out real quick.
I know that's right.
Y'all be easy.
Peace, you guys.